If your Windows 11 PC feels slow, laggy, or takes too long to start, the problem is usually not the computer itself. In many cases, Windows is running too many background apps, unnecessary settings, startup programs, temporary files, and update features that quietly use your CPU, memory, and storage. In this video, you will learn how to fix Windows 11 running slow permanently, step by step, and make your PC feel faster, cleaner, and more responsive without reinstalling Windows or buying a new computer. Number 1. Check what is actually slow. Before changing settings, first find out what is slowing Windows 11 down. A slow PC can mean slow startup, delayed clicks, freezing apps, high disk usage, low gaming performance, or the whole system feeling heavy after an update. Each one can have a different cause, so do not start by randomly deleting files or installing booster apps. Open Task Manager by pressing Ctrl-Shift-Escape. Stay on the processes page and look at CPU, memory, disk, and network. If one of them is close to 100% while you are not doing anything heavy, that is your first clue. High CPU usually means an app or service is constantly working. High memory means too many apps are open or starting in the background. High disk usage often points to indexing, updates, sync apps, temporary files, or an older hard drive. Leave the PC idle for a minute and watch what keeps using resources. This gives you a clear starting point before you apply the fixes. Number 2. Clean update settings. Windows 11 can feel slower after a major update because some settings may be turned on again, new background tasks may be added, and update files can remain on the drive. Start with Delivery Optimization. Go to Settings, then Windows Update, then Advanced Options, then Delivery Optimization. Turn off Allow downloads from other PCs. This setting can use your computer and internet connection to share update files with other devices. It is useful in some situations, especially if you manage several PCs on the same network, but for a normal home user, it can add background activity you do not need. After that, go back to Windows Update and check if updates are still pending. Do not pause updates forever, because missing updates can create security and driver problems. The goal is not to block Windows Update. The goal is to stop extra update sharing and make sure Windows finishes its work cleanly. Number 3. Reduce privacy background activity. Next, open Settings, then Privacy and Security. Look for recommendations and offers, or General, depending on your Windows 11 version. Turn off options related to advertising ID, suggested content, local content suggestions, and app launch tracking. These features are not usually the main reason a PC becomes slow, but they add small background activity and they are not needed for performance. Then open Diagnostics and Feedback. Keep the required diagnostic data setting, but turn off tailored experiences and set feedback frequency to never, if that option is available. This reduces extra prompts and personalization tasks. The important thing here is not to expect a miracle from one privacy switch. Think of this as removing small, unnecessary layers. On a fast computer, the difference may be minor. On a low-memory laptop, every background task you remove helps Windows feel more responsive. Number 4. Disable startup apps. One of the biggest reasons Windows 11 becomes slow over time is startup clutter. Many apps add themselves to startup without you thinking about it. Launchers, chat apps, cloud tools, printer software, game clients, RGB software, update checkers, and manufacturer apps can all open when you sign in. Open Task Manager again and go to Startup Apps. Sort by startup impact. Disable anything you do not need immediately when the PC starts. Do not disable security software, touchpad drivers, audio drivers, or anything you clearly rely on every day. But apps like game launchers, Teams, Discord, Spotify, Adobe helpers, printer utilities, and updater tools can usually be opened manually when needed. Restart the computer after this step. A good result is a desktop that becomes usable faster, fewer icons appearing in the system tray, and lower memory usage right after login. Number 5. Test third-party services. If the PC is still slow, the problem may be a service running behind the scenes. Press the Windows key and R, type msconfig and press Enter. Open the Services tab. This next detail is very important. Check Hide all Microsoft services first. Do not skip that step. After Microsoft services are hidden, you are looking only at third-party services. Disable services from apps you recognize and do not need running all the time. You can also use Disable All as a temporary test, but do it carefully, then re-enable anything important later. Click Apply, then Restart. If the computer suddenly becomes faster, one of those third-party services was causing the slowdown. Re-enable them in small groups until the problem comes back. That is how you find the exact cause instead of guessing. The common mistake is disabling random Windows services and then breaking search, audio, networking, printing, or updates. Number 6. Adjust security features carefully. Now check memory integrity. Open Settings, then Privacy and Security, then Windows Security, then Device Security, then Core Isolation Details. Memory integrity helps protect important parts of Windows by isolating them in memory. That is a real security benefit, so do not turn it off just because someone says it gives more speed. On newer computers, the performance impact is usually small enough that leaving it on makes sense. But on older hardware, low memory systems, or gaming PCs where every frame matters, turning it off may improve performance. If you decide to disable it, restart the PC afterward. Treat this as a personal choice. If the computer is used for school, work, banking, or shared family accounts, security may matter more than a small speed gain. If the computer is old and almost unusable, testing it off can be reasonable. Number 7. Make Windows visuals lighter. Windows 11 uses animations, shadows, transparency, smooth effects, and other visual features to make the system look modern. These effects can use CPU and graphics resources, especially on laptops with integrated graphics or older processors. Press the Windows key, type Adjust the appearance and performance of Windows, and open it. On the Visual Effects tab, choose Adjust for best performance. This turns off most effects. Then manually turn back on only the options that help usability. A good balance is smooth edges of screen fonts and show thumbnails instead of icons. If you like window animations, you can also enable animate windows when minimizing and maximizing. Click Apply. Then go to Settings, Personalization, Colors, and turn off transparency effects. The PC may look a little simpler, but menus, Windows, and the Start menu should feel snappier. Number 8. Clean storage the right way. Low storage can make Windows slower, especially if the system drive is almost full. Go to Settings, then System, then Storage. Open temporary files. Review the categories carefully before deleting. Windows Update Cleanup, temporary internet files, thumbnails, delivery optimization files, and recycle bin can usually be removed if you do not need them. Be careful with downloads because that folder may contain files you still want. Then open Cleanup recommendations and remove large or unused files only after checking them. You can use Storage Sense, but do not rely on it blindly. Some people prefer turning it off and cleaning manually once a month, because automatic cleanup may run when they are working. After that, press the Windows key and R, type %temp% and press Enter. Select the files, press Shift-Delete, and skip anything Windows says is in use. Repeat with the temp folder by typing temp in Run. Number 9. Remove unused apps. A clean Windows install often feels fast because it has fewer background apps. Over time, old programs pile up. Go to Settings, then Apps, then Installed Apps. Sort by size first, then review the full list. Remove apps you have not opened in months, old manufacturer utilities, trial software, duplicate media players, old launchers, and programs you installed for one task and forgot about. Do not uninstall drivers, Microsoft Visual C++ packages, graphics control panels, or anything you do not understand. When in doubt, search the app name first or leave it installed. The goal is not to delete everything. The goal is to reduce background update checkers, scheduled tasks, services, and storage use. After uninstalling several apps, restart the PC. Then check Task Manager again. You should see fewer background processes and often less memory usage after startup. Number 10. Control sync and indexing. Cloud sync and search indexing can make a PC feel slow because they constantly scan, upload, download, or organize files. If OneDrive is syncing thousands of files, right-click the OneDrive cloud icon and pause syncing while you are gaming, editing, or doing heavy work. You can also choose which folders actually sync to the PC instead of syncing everything. For Windows search, press the Windows key and type indexing options. If search indexing is using too many resources, reduce the index locations. Do not index huge folders full of videos, downloads, game files, or temporary project files unless you truly need them searchable. If you barely use Windows search, you can open services and set Windows search to manual or disabled, but remember that file search will become slower. This is a trade-off, not a universal rule. Number 11. Disable features you do not use. Some Windows features reserve resources because they support advanced tools. If you do not use virtualization, check Hyper-V, press the Windows key, type Turn Windows features on or off, and open it. If Hyper-V is enabled and you do not use virtual machines, Windows Sandbox, Docker, or Windows Subsystem for Linux, you can uncheck it and restart. Do not disable it if you use any of those tools because they may stop working. Also check manufacturer performance apps. Some laptops have their own control center with quiet mode, balanced mode, and performance mode. If your laptop is plugged in and still slow, open Settings, System, Power and Battery, and check the power mode. Use better performance when you need speed, but remember it can increase heat and battery drain. A hot laptop may slow down again, so keep vents clear and avoid blocking airflow. Number 12. Verify the result. After making changes, do not judge performance by feeling alone. Restart the PC and wait 2 minutes after login. Open Task Manager and check CPU, memory, disk, and network while the system is idle. CPU should not stay high for no reason. Disk should not sit at 100% for a long time. Startup apps should be lower than before. Open the apps you normally use and test the exact problem you had before, such as slow startup, freezing browser tabs, lag in File Explorer, slow game launch, or delays when switching windows. If the problem returns after a Windows update, repeat the checks for delivery optimization, startup apps, privacy suggestions, and visual effects. If nothing helps and Task Manager still shows high usage, the issue may be a bad driver, failing storage drive, overheating, malware, or a Windows system problem. At that point, check Windows security, update drivers from the PC maker, back up important files, and consider a repair install while keeping personal files.